you can be going through the darkest times of your life. Like, you could literally hit rock bottom and you will still be okay in the end. Somebody needs to hear this. Hi everyone, my name is Sierra Smith, also known as Sierra Chantel on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Threads, TikTok, all over the board. I have tried recording this video so many times, like within the past year, and I get so nervous. I have a hard time speaking into the camera. I am a model full-time. I've been modeling for about 5 years now. It has been an amazing journey. It's been such a beautiful blessing. Before I started modeling, I was bussing tables at a restaurant, busting my ass, doing the most. You know, I would have guests at work. They'd be like, "Girl, what are you doing here? You're so beautiful. You need to go take some photos. You need to go get signed to an agency. You should model." And got to a point where I was like, you know what, like, let me try it. So I actually got fired from my old job, my old restaurant job. Little did I know it was a blessing in disguise, and here I am today. I have 5 agencies. I'm signed in Arizona, LA, Vegas, and Miami, and Denver. So 5 different places. I'm just so grateful. I truly manifested my life, and I get a lot of questions about modeling. I definitely want to start being more open about my journey with modeling and being confident, being a curve model, a curvy black model in this industry. It is no joke. Let me know if you guys would like to hear just like more specifics of the process of becoming a model, and just advice that I can give you guys. Anything, like, let me know in the comments. I will definitely make a separate video touching on modeling. No, I did not go to college. Actually, I tried to go to college. I was in college for like a semester, and it was the hardest shit ever. I've never been the best at school or in school, but I know I'm smart. I'm very intelligent. Would I ever go back? Absolutely. This video specifically, I just want to introduce myself and also talk about self-love and toxic relationships. A big part of my journey becoming a model, or just becoming as confident as I am, was really like, how do I say this? All the trauma that I went through just like really shaped me into the woman that I am today. I know when I was younger, or even just now to this day, I want to be able to relate with people. I want to be that person, not only for other people, but for myself and for my younger self, like someone that I can look up to. Someone I see that can make mistakes and still bounce back. Someone that can be the villain in the story and still bounce back. The bitch that goes through all the awkward, embarrassing moments and still bounce back. I just want to talk about how I became confident within myself, how I found myself, how I found my purpose, just loving who you are. And I feel like it's just really hard in today's society to accept who you are and keep moving forward. I don't know, this has just been on my mind heavy. I feel like a lot of women all around the world just kind of go through a lot of dark things within themselves, but also with their partners, and it is just such a weird agenda these days with relationships. You know, cheating, bad communication, abusive people, physically and mentally, just all of those negative toxic red flags in relationships. People love to ignore it, and I was one of those people. But before I started modeling, I got into a really toxic relationship with my ex, and I was about 17 when I got into a relationship with him. He was 20 or 21 years old. I just thought I was the baddest bitch having an older boyfriend. We had some great times in our relationship. I was in a relationship with him for a total of 6 years, and well, it was like five and a half, but you know, when them relationships end, like, you just keep going back. And my stupid ass kept going back. I learned my lesson the hard way. I was so in love. Like, I didn't even care about college. I didn't want to go do anything except work and be with him. How we even met was I was working at Cane's. We started working there and I actually did not like him. But eventually you fall for the bad boys, and that's exactly what happened. I don't know. I don't think you should ever work with your significant other. That's my best advice as well. Things just started to get weird. I think since he was my first like long-term boyfriend and relationship, I was just very insecure back then. I was very controlling. I did not want him to be under nobody's likes. I didn't want him to be roaming on no platforms, no websites, like all the above, you know. And as a man, you shouldn't be. But me being younger and just I have anxiety, I don't want my man to cheat on me. Yeah, that was me. And I know we would fight a lot. We would fight and argue a lot. Our fights started to become physical. My first fight with him, I was just like, you know, this is so bad, but I know that he'll be better. I know that we'll overcome this and he will learn to never do that to me again and never say those things to me again or put his hands on me again. And you know what? I learned my lesson. One thing I want women to realize is if he already did it once, whether that's cheat on you, put his hands on you, abuse you, just all those bad negative things, if he does it once, he's going to do it again. And you should never downplay any situation that you are in. That's the hardest part about loving a person. You will let them do so much to you, so many bad things to you. You'll let shit slide because you're like, you love them and you know, or you think you know, that's just not who they actually are. It's just, oh, their emotions got the best of them type shit. But no, babes, that's who they are. And you should never let anyone disrespect you. You should never let anyone call you out your name, manipulate you into thinking that you're crazy, put their hands on you, or just scream at you. All of those red flags. Really pay attention to those things because you are the only person that you have at the end of the day, and it's just not worth it. It's not worth to go through those things or even put your life in danger. Life is just too fucking short. It's too short. Basically, it's so hard talking about this. It's really not that hard anymore. I've tried to make this video so many times because I was just really nervous about how people would view me. Before, I just didn't like feeling like a victim and having a victim mindset. Yeah, it was just really hard. It's only been 2.5 years. It almost feels like it was yesterday. Like, I just feel like 2 years is not enough for healing, and a lot can really affect you. It affects the way that you see yourself. It affects the way that you communicate with people, operate around people. It affects a lot about yourself that you truly wouldn't even realize. We ended up getting an apartment together, and I think I was 18 or 19 years old when we got our first apartment together. My parents were obviously like, whatever, we don't want you to move out, but go ahead, go experience your life, and you're always welcome to come back home. And I've always just been so grateful for my parents. They've always been so supportive throughout anything that I do, even if it's something that they don't like. They are just always there for me. I love them so much. It was fun. Like, obviously, like, regardless of how bad our relationship was, we had a great friendship. We always had fun together, and we always throw parties at the crib, and it was just lit all the time at our apartment. I had found myself starting to like drink almost every day. 2019, I almost became an alcoholic because I would drink all the time, because I'd go to work in the morning, I'd come back home with, you know, he would come back home, and I think just us both being stressed from our jobs, we would just kind of project what we're going through on each other. But I would just have a lot of anxiety going back to my apartment. So to get through all the emotions I was going through, I would drink a lot of Patron. I would drink some Patron, girl, and I would have friends over. He would have friends over. We would just have a fun time. But it just wasn't good for us. We would do Xanax together. I would black out for like 3 days straight. I would find videos of myself on my phone. I'd be like, I don't even remember taking this. And we would fight and not even remember. There was one time we had a huge argument, and it was during a party that we were having at our apartment. Me and my ex were in our bathroom, in our master bedroom, and I'm not sure what we were arguing about, but he had basically pushed me into my bathtub, like the shower bathtub. He had pushed me into it, and I fell in and hit my head. And my friend at the time came into the room because she heard us fighting, and she had witnessed it. I think a lot of my friends had witnessed a lot of arguments and fights. It was just really scary for them to see me going through such a hard time, and obviously they would give their advice like, you need to leave him, you guys should not be together, it's toxic. And obviously I would be like, nah, that's my man. Like, I was just embarrassed, and I don't know why I was so attached to him, but I was like, no, I'm still gonna stay with him. And it's just, I really wish I had the strength and courage to leave back then. When you are trauma bonded with that other person, it's so hard to leave. After that fight in the bathroom where he pushed me in the bathtub, that next morning, we had some people still at the crib, even the next morning, but they all kind of sat us down and talked about how we fought that night, and they just need to understand what is going on between us. And we just like were sitting there with blank faces because we literally had no idea that it happened. And I really should have took that as my biggest sign to get your fucking life together and go be single, go love yourself. But I didn't. I still would stay with him. There's times where we have gotten to some of the biggest fights in my life was on the line. Our relationship was so bad that I started to forget everything that we went through because my mind, my brain would just censor out all the bad things that I went through. Like about 90% of our relationship, we were like not sober. That's a huge red flag. If you feel like you are not sober, or if your significant other's not sober and you guys are together all the time, you shouldn't be with that person because you don't even know who that person is. Technically, like you're not even experiencing the real them. One thing my ex never did was he never bought me a gift on my birthday or for Christmas, like, or for Valentine's Day. Wouldn't even take me on like real dates or be romantic with me and passionate with me. Like, it was just that love, that true, deep, unconditional love was just not there. And I'm a romance girly. Like, I'm a lover girl, and I love romance. I love all the little things. He just wouldn't do that for me. But I was just really accepting the bare minimum because I didn't want to be alone, because I didn't want to be I didn't want to be alone. One time we were in the car and we got into an argument. We had a friend in the back seat and he was drinking and driving. He was swerving and I just didn't want him to drive. I'm like, you should pull over and just let me drive so we can get to where we need to be. And he just got really defensive and started screaming at me, and we pull off the freeway and we're arguing, and he smashes a glass rig into my face. But he smashed it into my face, and this is where it happened. You could only really see it when I'm smiling. That's why I have this covering my face. I remember having like the biggest like black eye. I was at the park with my cousin and her kids, and she noticed like I was wearing a lot of heavy makeup and wearing glasses. She came up to me and was like, look at me, take your glasses off. And I took my glasses off, but she just knew, you know? I was able to kind of just vent to her about the things I was going through. Instead of someone yelling at me and telling me, you need to do this, you need to do that, I had a listening ear. One time he slashed my tires in front of my cousin. He has tried to beat me and my friend with a bat before. One time we were in LA for a photo shoot. Because I work in LA. And again, whenever I started modeling, he was still with me. So he was there through the early stages of my modeling career. He would come on work trips with me. one time we're on the way to one of my photo shoots and we got into this big ass fight, and he used to like scream at me in the car, like would make me say yes or no, yes or no. Like he would scream at me. I mean, veins poking out of his fucking face and neck. I would not do good when I'm like under pressure, so I just wouldn't answer him. And he got so mad while we were in LA traffic, and what is called, like, what is it, the switcher thingy, like the one that shifts gears in the car, like to drive, park, and reverse, that thingy. He basically broke it. He was driving my car and he broke it, and my car just breaks down in the middle of LA traffic, and I'm supposed to be at a shoot in 30 minutes. It was honestly the scariest situation, and if you live in LA, you know that motherfuckers cannot drive, and they drive so fucking fast. But I was just so scared, like I thought I was gonna die. I don't know how we made it out of that situation. Just carried on the rest of the week acting normal. Like it was just so crazy. Like bad things would happen, and then we would just be like, oh, we're fine, like let's just act normal. But yeah, I just like want to be open about the things that I went through with him, because what if there's somebody watching this that has gone through those things and doesn't know right or wrong, you know? And man, no one should be putting their hands on you at all. At all. I had found out that he was cheating on me the whole time of most of our relationship. Anytime that I would go out town or we would get a hotel and I would be working, you know, shooting on set, he would be at the hotel and basically hook up with fucking hookers and shit, people that he would meet online, and I would just have no idea. Like I would come back to the hotel and sleep in the fucking bed that he just fucked another bitch in. I feel like I had this sick feeling, like this eerie feeling, like I feel like he's cheating on me, but I don't have physical proof. It really affected the way that I viewed myself. It affected everything about me. Whenever I started modeling, it was like my escape. Like modeling was an outlet for me, and it is still an outlet for me. I was just able to be vulnerable behind the lens of a camera. Like I just was able to express myself, and I felt beautiful whenever I would model, and it just gave me a huge outlet to a different reality that I could be experiencing every single day of my life, rather than a couple days of the month or of the week, you know what I mean? But a part of me feels like he was jealous of me, like jealous that like, oh, I have this confidence and people love me, clients love me, I get these bookings and I have a lot of attention on me now. Like I just don't think he liked that. So he would kind of just degrade me in a lot of ways, manipulate me into thinking like I'm not enough. I don't know, once I started modeling, I started getting exposed to just so much more, so many more different people, different men, like, and I would get hit on left and right, I'm not even gonna lie, by everybody. But I was just like, no, like I'm in a relationship. But a part of me was like, damn bitch, like you could be living your best life right now. And you could live your best life being single, which that's what I'm doing right now. But at the time I was just like, damn, like I could be having fun right now, but I'm stuck in this silly ass relationship, and it's just not benefiting me in any way. I'd get black eyes, nosebleeds. We would fight so much. I would have to call his parents, involve his family. We would hide a lot from my family. Like, I didn't really talk about it with a lot of people, especially the people around me. I just kind of woke up every day and just had a smile on my face. I felt like I was just wearing a mask all the time because realistically I was really depressed and just really going through such a hard time. As embarrassing as it is to have gone through these different things, it has shaped me into the woman I am today. And I'm not saying you should get your ass beat in a relationship to be a beautiful girl and a confident girl, no. But I learned a lot. I learned my worth through all of it. I learned that I deserve more and I am worthy of the love and the life, the career that I want, the security that I want, the romance that I want, just all of it. I'm so worthy of it. I just want women to know that your man is holding you back, okay? Whoever you're with, if they're toxic and you know that there's red flags, baby, they are holding you back, whether you know it or not. I'm over here at the fucking club trying to celebrate my runway show that I just did with all of my other model girlfriends, and I'd be getting my fucking phone blown up, having to check my phone every 10 minutes because my man is going crazy and mad that I'm doing anything that's making me happy. He's mad about. At one point I put my phone on do not disturb or airplane mode just so I don't have to, so people around me don't have to see that I keep checking my phone, just knowing that like, oh, I am definitely attracted to other men. I was like, fuck it, like let me hit up blah blah blah. So I hit up blah 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 and we started conversating and just catching up, and I remember we, like, I don't know who asked to hang out with who, but we just ended up hanging out and just catching up, and you know where that went. We hooked up, and I'm not gonna be specific, but long story short, my ex found out while I was sleeping. He took both my phones. I have two phones. I have a work phone and a personal phone. He took both my phones. He went through them and obviously found messages. But basically what he did was take all my devices, my phones, my iPad, and he posted my messages on my social media and was sending them to people that I follow on social media. Sending them to all my followers, has it as a main post, and that in those messages I also had my fucking address. Such a mess. He wouldn't give me any of my devices back. I mean, I had people calling left and right to figure out if I was okay, because obviously people put two and two together. It was like, Sierra got caught up, but we still love her and we know that man's crazy, so we need to make sure she's okay. I mean, it was so bad. Like, I remember being on the phone with my agent crying. Oh, my life is over. People are gonna think that I'm stupid and I'm a dumb bitch. My reputation is over. And she was like, no. So many women have gone through this, especially even models. Like, this is not going to be it. Like, you're gonna be okay. And I just held on to that for so long, and look where we are now. It was terrible. It was the worst time of my life, but also the best time, because I finally got out of that relationship. Like, why would you waste time with someone that doesn't even make you feel like yourself? Somebody that doesn't even make you feel half as beautiful. You can be going through the darkest times of your life. Like, you could literally hit rock bottom and you will still be okay in the end. Somebody needs to hear this. There's a time I was 19 years old, 19, 20, around that time. I remember me and my ex had gotten into a really big fight. I was just really spiraling. I had just signed to my first agency. People were expecting so much of me. I got fired from my last job. Like, I don't know where I'm going in life right now. So I took a walk in my neighborhood, and I was taking anxiety depression medication at the time. It was a brand new bottle of pills, and I took the entire bottle and just chugged all the pills down with a water bottle. Ended up overdosing. It was on Halloween day of 2019. I don't remember the night so much, but I know that I had hit my head really hard on a rock, because I had fallen to the ground, and this right eyebrow was like split open, and I had blood gushing down my head. And I guess after I hit my head, I was just laying flat on the ground and was having seizures back to back. And luckily one of my neighbors found me, and I'm sure this was very traumatizing, because you know, there's kids trick-or-treating, there's families out walking around, but she had found me. She had called 911 and called my parents. Luckily she remembered me from when I was a child, and knew my family. So my parents found me, and The ambulance came, they took me to the hospital, and I was just blacked out for a good amount of days. I had to like learn how to walk again. I was on suicide watch the whole time I was in the hospital. So I was just so young, and obviously I tried to kill myself. I had no choice but to go to a mental facility. It was the worst experience of my life. I remember just being in that mental facility. I ended up teaching like a class, like teaching people how to love themselves, like speaking life into people. I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, okay, I'm here. These doctors are making me take damn near 20 pills a day that I don't even know what they're gonna help me with, but the least that I can do is help other people around me. That's literally what I wanted to do. It was my rock bottom, but I promise you, like, I hit my rock bottom and I found my purpose. And I realized that my purpose on earth is to help other people, and help other people through my own experiences, and give people the best advice that I can give, and show people that you are worthy and you're beautiful. Like, whether you see it or like it or not, like, you really are. That played such a huge role in my life. And, you know, Halloween is like considered like the Day of the Dead and everything, but for me, it's completely different. It's a rebirth. I'm just so grateful that I made it out. I wouldn't be half as the person that I am today without the things that I've gone through. Everything that you go through is going to shape you into who you are. And it's your job to change your situation. It's your job to ask for help or use the resources that you have to change your life. I promise you, anyone that loves you, anyone that has any type of respect for you, isn't gonna make you question if you're beautiful or if you're enough or if you're worthy or deserving. Granted, I'm still learning lessons to this day, especially with men. But one thing I know is that I will never, ever beg for somebody to love me the way that I should be loved, because I love myself. If that has to just be enough, that can just be enough. Because if you're not gonna match the energy that I give to myself, and you're just gonna half-ass that shit when it comes to me, it's time to go. Patterns will always repeat themselves, but it's up to you how you respond to those patterns. I don't care about how anyone views me, especially a man. I know my person is out there, and until I meet them, until they come to me, because I don't chase a motherfucker, gonna chase me. Until I meet that person, I'm just gonna keep vibing with myself and loving on myself. You have to love yourself more than you love anyone else. There's no cap on healing. Like when it comes to healing, there's no cap to it. It keeps going. Give yourself grace and time and patience. You think you could heal from something within 2 years, from something that was for 6 years of your life? Hell fucking no. It takes time. Not only to become the person that you want to be, but it takes time to heal from the person that you used to be. I'm still healing. I'm still fucking up and going through the motions. I'm still trying to do my best every single day. I'm still trying to show up for myself every single day. Me putting myself first, me taking care of all my needs and taking care of myself, you know, doing my self-care. All of that is helping me. Like, instead of looking at my past with the victim mindset, I look at it as, I'm grateful I went through that, because it actually has helped me become a better person for myself. It has pushed me to want to be better, to want to think better, to want to see myself in a different point of view. So many miracles, so many blessings started to come my way once I was out of that relationship. A person that's not supposed to be in your life, especially a significant other, can really block your blessings, because you're on such a lower vibration. You're on such a low vibration. All your blessings and all God's love and miracles that you're supposed to be receiving are up here, and you're way down here because you're too focused on being with this motherfucker that don't even pay your damn bills, that eat all your food in your refrigerator, and not focusing on you, focusing on the things that you want. Like, why would you let that person be your downfall? You can be happy. You can truly be happy. You deserve so much. And if no one has told you that before, please hear it from me. Because I was somebody that didn't think that I was going to be deserving or worthy of the life that I have today. You just have to take that scary ass leap, that scary ass step. And we're scared of things that we don't know. Like when you don't have control over what's going to happen next in your life. You just need to trust in God, trust in the universe, trust in whichever higher power that you have. Like, you are so deserving. You don't have to go through such dark shit all the time. You literally can change it with just that one step. And it's putting yourself first. Put yourself first and get out of these toxic situations, relationships, friendships, whatever that you're in. Even family can hold you back. You have to be selfish with your time, your energy, where it's going, who is allowed to receive it. You have to be selfish and be very, very picky on who gets to experience you. And I know even if you're going through a hard time with your mental health and depression and you're like, I don't even love myself, I don't like the way I look, people see you completely different than how you see yourself. You know, and I learned that too. Like, I used to not think I was beautiful. Like, I did not think I was beautiful. And I started to develop more love for myself and more confidence after all of that shit I went through with my ex and my past relationships and going through my suicide attempt and being in a mental facility. All these things that I was so ashamed of and embarrassed about to even speak about, it really has helped me become the person I am today. Because now I can be in front of camera and speak about it. I just know that I'm so deserving of everything that I want and desire. Like, I'm so deserving of it. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. It sounds so cliche to say it. I know so many people that would say this to me, but I wouldn't believe them. But now I truly believe it because I found that light and it was within myself. That light that I was looking for was inside of me. I found her. That's a little bit about my experience with just being in a very toxic and abusive relationship, having really bad depression, mental health, using that all as my fuel to be the woman that I am today. Shit. If anything, make that shit that you're going through as your fuel, or the shit that you went through as your fuel to be the best that you can be. Not for anyone else, but for yourself. So you can feel good in your own skin. I did not feel good about myself. I felt sick about my body and the way that I looked. And it took a very long time to be confident. My way of finding confidence is being able to finally accept the things that I've gone through, my mistakes, all the ugly things about myself. I finally was able to accept all the things that I did not like about myself. And that was the first step. It wasn't even about the way that I looked. It was literally a lot more mental than physical. And then I would be like, okay, well, I went through all that and that's who I am today. So what's next? How I look. Okay, well, I have back fat. I got a big old belly. I got big old titties. I got a kind of a booty. I'm a bigger girl. I just started to accept it. And I started to get ready every day. I used to not like get ready and stuff. I started to get ready. I used to do my makeup, do skincare, get my nails done, do my hair, do photo shoots, just like different things that brought me joy. I don't know. It just started to naturally come to me. And I would say affirmations to myself every single day. You know, I'd go on YouTube and type in like self-love affirmations and just things like that. And I would listen to it every single day and I would start to repeat it to myself. And then it started to click in my environment, my reality around me, all of it like started to match up to all of those things. And, oh, I'm so beautiful. And then I would hear, oh, you're so beautiful. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, it's working. I'd be on set and people be like, oh, like you're just so inspiring, like you're so amazing. That's another thing. I wanted to be somebody that was inspirational, somebody that people could relate with. And I started to be that person. I am blessed beyond measures, and I'm blessed that I kept my faith bigger than my fear. Trust the process. Trust all the processes that you go through in life, because you are going to be and get to exactly where you need to be. You just have to trust it. I don't know, because why would you not get what you want or deserve? Why would you not get it? Who says that you're not allowed to have it? No matter what fucked up shit you've done in your life, no matter what fucked up shit you done went through, babes, you deserve it. You are worthy. You are deserving. Even if you don't think that you do, there's some of you listening to this right now, you're like, whatever, like, nah, bitch. You deserve it. And clock it. Clock all those doubts, all those fearful thoughts that you have. Like, clock it all that negativity that be going through in your head. Clock it. Okay? Every time you start to downplay yourself and doubt yourself, clock it. Be like, bitch, bye. You are stronger than you think you are. But it's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel down. It's okay to like not feel good. It's okay. Like, it's the best thing to do is to accept it and feel it. Like, feel your emotions. Don't run away from them. It's okay that you went through these things, because what we're not going to do is identify with it. It's just something that you went through, or it's just something that you're going through. That's not who you are, though. You are not your trauma. You are not your fears. You are not your negative thoughts. You are not your depression or anxiety. It's just an experience. A few more things like that have helped me with just my mental health and dealing with trauma is like journaling, video diaries or audio diaries. Like, you can get like an audio app on your phone, or you do audio recordings. I would just sit and talk. Like, if you don't want to write, at least talk. Let it out. And follow people, especially on social media. Social media can be hard to be on because you're constantly comparing yourself to other people, the people that you follow, all the above. So I highly suggest following people that you can relate with. And if there's people that you envy or are jealous of, instead of being envious and jealous, look at them and be like, you know what? I'm happy for this girl, because I know that can happen for me. So what I'll do is see myself in her. She got her own house. She got her nice ass car, and she got her own business booming. Instead of being jealous of her, I'm like, I can do that. I'm inspired. Just make sure you're not comparing yourself to these people. Make sure you're just taking notes. The person that I am right now sitting in front of you guys, I used to see her when I was in the darkest times of my life. I used to see her and I'm like, I can't wait till I get to that point of my life where I can like just really be Sierra Smith. And I just want to be vulnerable with you guys, share my experience on just dealing with these different things in life, how I made it out. My page is always going to be a safe space moving forward. Like, this is the first of many videos. If you have things that you would love me to talk about, or even if there's things in this video that you want me to get more in depth about, definitely leave some comments down below. Give this video a thumbs up. We all gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Trust me. Trust me. But until then, until the next video, I wish you guys a beautiful holiday season. It is November 11th, 11/11. Thanks for watching. Bye.